Hello and welcome to FAQ, the programme that answers your most frequently asked questions about life here on the Costa Blanca. I'm joined today by Ray Daniel, who's a reflexologist. Ray, hello.
Morning, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. So first of all, reflexology, what is it?
Reflexology is an ancient Chinese technique. It's like a massage, but it really centres on the soles of the feet. It can be done on the hands and other parts of the body, but generally people know reflexology as a treatment for feet.
So if it's for your feet, tell me how do you treat people? Are they laying down? Are they sitting up? What's?
Yes, you're treating the feet, but through the feet you can actually treat every other part of the body, because on the soles of the feet there are different pressure points that correspond to the different parts of the body. So in a reflexology treatment, the client is in a reclined position. It can be done on a flatbed couch, but I prefer to use a reclining chair. It's much more supportive for back conditions, and the elderly, they can sit down and be reclined. The feet are then in the position where I can work on the different points, applying positive but not uncomfortable pressure. This stimulates the different zones around the feet, helps stimulate the circulation, help eliminate toxins from the body, and generally brings a person back into balance. That's what it's all about.
So how do you know what to treat, what you're looking for, what you're trying to cure?
Well, cure is quite a strong word, Anne, and most professional reflexologists would be advised not to use that word. It can help bring a condition back into balance if it's got so bad that it's giving some very strong symptoms. And I have had cases, and I've known a lot of cases, where somebody's had conditions, and by having regular reflexology, that condition has alleviated. But cure is a very strong word. We've got to be very careful with that. And I would really advise that people who are well and in good health and well-being to have regular treatments to maintain that. Yes, if we all leave things a bit longer than we should, it provides a physical symptom and we have to go to the doctor, or maybe even extreme cases have an operation or something like that. And even in those cases, reflexology can be of assistance. So unlike Western medicine, if you go to the doctor, if you need a hip replacement, they'll focus in on that specific aspect, or your digestion. Reflexology is an all-encompassing treatment which will bring anything back into line given time.
So it sounds to me like you're talking about it being more of a preventative thing than to sort of cure things that are already there. So people should come even if they're feeling well.
Yes, absolutely. If you're feeling well, you want to keep on feeling well. That's the main message. And in China, that's the philosophy. In China, they spend 80% of their total budget on health on prevention, and only a small amount on cure. Whereas in the West, it is the opposite. People leave it too long, and there's millions spent on medication, operations. As we all know, the health care in Britain's in a bit of a crisis at the moment, and that's why.
Yeah.
They don't spend enough on prevention.
So you say that you manipulate the soles of the feet and it's not uncomfortable, but what's actually happening when you're doing that?
Well, this is the ancient Chinese philosophy that the points correspond to the different parts of the body. In other alternative or complementary health systems, acupuncture, for example, the Chinese believed very much that there's a system of channels that run through the body called meridians. So by activating these points on the feet, you're sending messages through the nerve endings of the feet to the different meridians of the body. If there's any blockages there, that's what the Chinese believed caused physical symptoms. So the pressure on the soles of the feet correspond to the meridians and balance out the body.
So what sort of things can it help then? What sort of conditions does it treat?
Some of the common ones, aches and pains, back pains, elbows, knees, joints, shoulders, that we all get eventually through wear and tear. And yes, some of the chiropractors and osteopaths can work more specifically physically on the back itself, but for some clients and some elderly people, they're not able to take that direct pressure. So by having a reflexology treatment, in time you may achieve the same results. Another common one is digestive problems. There's a lot of specific areas for the small intestines, large intestines. So people with IBS, for example, can benefit from reflexology. Fertility is another one that's common in the West.
Oh, really?
Yes. So people are looking to start a family and having some challenges with that. having reflexology can be helpful, really from the relaxation point of view.
So it is around about an hour each treatment?
Yes, an hour is like 3 hours of good quality sleep actually. You might not be actually sleeping, but your body really lowers its tempo and gets into that deep relaxed state.
So how many treatments should people have each week? And how long should the treatments go on for?
There's two scenarios. If you're in pretty good health and you want to do maintenance, I would say once a month is a nice frequency. If you've got a physical symptom that you want to try to get to the bottom of, you know, you've been told by the doctor you've got this physical condition and here's the medication, but there's not much else I can do, that's quite common. Then if you want to see if reflexology or a similar treatment would make a difference, I would say you do one treatment a week for 4 to 6 weeks. Then you should know if it's having a positive effect on you or not. It doesn't work the same for everyone, and there's no really any guarantees. You won't know until you try it. But I would say once a week for 4 to 6 weeks, and if we find that the condition is stabilising, then you would reduce the frequency.